Hello, hi, my name is Jess Marie. Welcome to yesterday's Coffee Grounds, where we are working on a project today, and it is going to be a growing project. It's going to be part of my healing. If you've been watching a few of my videos, you'd know I'm going through a little bit of a personal revolution where I'm struggling with addiction. I'm struggling to find peace and balance and serenity in my life. I'm trying very hard to be grateful. I start every day. Mostly, sometimes it's a couple hours into the day where I just remind myself I am grateful and I am blessed that I have a roof over my head, there's food in my fridge, my child is clothed and he has access to warm water. And even though it's tap water, we still have water to drink. And I try really hard to start my day or the first half of my day with gratitude. But I need something more, and I think that more for me is a project. So you're here outside in our backyard area where we have this shed, and beside the shed there's a little nook way I'll show you in just a minute here, where I am planning to build a sauna and a cold plunging area as a part of healing. Eventually I would like to have a little wood stove out there where the rocks can go on top for the sauna. They can get transferred, the rocks for the sauna, they can get transferred from the wood stove to the sauna, practice making food outside. And the first thing you're sitting on right now, our outdoor couch, and I was sitting here and I was just having a whole moment where I was reading a meditation for the day, and I'm sitting here asking Creator, like, what am I doing? I need help. I need guidance. I need to redo my foundation. And I kept hearing the line, if you build it, they will come. And I'm like, it's so cheesy because it's a movie quote, right? It's a movie quote. And one of the things I do also struggle with in my life is having people in my life, having people who are goal oriented and focus on health, and who find enjoyment in going out in nature and like, hey, you want to go jump in the lake? And it's like, well, it's November, okay, let's go jump in the lake. And then it's cold and you put your clothes on while you're wet, and just something about it, I want to surround myself with that, but it starts with me. And if I don't live that life, if I don't walk that life, how do I call upon other people to walk that life? And that's why I just keep hearing, if you build it, they will come. And the thing about that movie too is they're the spirits, right? They're the spirits of all the ball players. Field of Dreams, if you don't know what movie I'm talking about. But and then of course my son's out here and he was doing chalk and with his dad, and he was talking about ball fields. Like the timing of that, to me, like I find connection and stuff like that, where he's drawing different color ball fields. I'm like, wow, that's a really weird correlation, where I hear this quote from a movie that is related to something like that, building the Field of Dreams. And then also now I'm thinking about this quote. I'm thinking about it as I'm working, as I'm cutting a little bit of cedar down, just so I don't hit my head. I got this little pile of cedar here that I'm gonna hang and dry, and then once it's dry, I'm gonna burn it and spread the ashes so it regenerates. It gives a little bit of that energy back to the trees. It is a spiritual process for me. I ask for permission. I let the trees know, hey, but I am cutting you for this purpose. Are you okay? And I ask, and I have communication, because I think that's part of my healing as well, is being connected to elements, being mindful that this is somebody's home, right? This is the bird's home, this is the spider's home, this is all the insects' home, right? I got to be mindful of what I'm doing. I can't just go in, start sawing stuff down. So as much as I can, I'm trying to twist the cedar so that it's manipulated in a way so I'm not hitting my head on it as I'm walking through, and as other people may come through. So I'll just show you kind of what the space looks like. It's a nice little nook area. We had some cedar that we had to fall earlier in the season, so we've saved some of the branches there. But I ideally would like to have a little sauna in this back area here. And then this here, I'm thinking this is an old table. I'm like, well, that looks like a good size to get some tin or steel or something. Like even, something like this. I don't know. I gotta look at health practicality as well. Like that's huge to me. I don't want to be using a tarp or plastic or anything. but yeah, cover this up. On the inside, get rid of obviously these inside beams here and repurpose this into a cold plunging tub. So have sauna in this corner and then our cold plunging tub. And then eventually between these cedars here and there, I want to have a couple gardens, whether they're flower gardens or herb gardens. I do like to repurpose things. So when I find things on the side of the road, it's like, okay, I have no problem planting flowers, because who doesn't like a little bit of flower power? I do want to plant a couple flowers in the springtime. We're at the end of December now. So this is going to be my project, and this is going to be part of my healing, because I need a space to heal. I need to feel a safe space, and I want to provide that for other people. This is something, when I turned 20, I discovered magic mushrooms for the first time, and I knew trying drugs, I'm just going to put it under drugs even though I see it as medicine, but I hadn't done any drugs up to that point. A lot of my friends, they did cocaine, they did speed, they did ecstasy, they did all these kinds of things, right? And I smoked weed, I drank, I was smoking cigarettes at this point. And I waited, and there's this really monumental point in my life where I discovered magic mushrooms, and I was like, whoa, this is medicine, this is a game changer. Like, creator gave this as, I saw it as a video game of a little life up, one up in knowledge, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is such a beautiful thing. And when we deem it as a drug, and it's not, it's medicine, it's so healing. And when used responsibly, I always knew that. Even as I went in the next 2 years after that, dabbling in mushrooms, mildly frying my brain and going through a whole hippie era of dabbling in magic mushrooms, just being mindful that it is medicine. It is something that is a gateway to knowledge, and if you're not ready for that knowledge, be prepared, right? It's the same, you can put acid in that, peyote, ayahuasca, all in that, tobacco to a certain extent as well. We use, mostly in Western culture, a lot of cheap tobacco. It's mass production, and the spirits right now, they're so thirsty for tobacco. They're so thirsty because tobacco is the connection to the spirit world in First Nation and Indigenous culture. That tobacco is communication to the ancestor, to the spirit. So what we put in when we're smoking tobacco, that's the energy that we're gonna to receive back. So it's something like I'm very mindful of now when I do smoke tobacco. Like, what are my thoughts? What are my intentions? Why am I smoking? And I have a lot of questions that I ask. When I've been drunk and smoking tobacco, it's a little bit different because I'm drunk and it's a social thing. But yeah, this is something for me. It's part of my healing, and I need this safe place. I need this project. I need this in my life. I need this. I need a space like this where I can grow and create and learn, and that's what I need. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening and just letting me have this space to share something that I dream of and that I want. Oh, I didn't even get to finish. So sorry, I got distracted. I was like, I knew I was going somewhere with the whole magic mushroom thing. So I moved, when I did magic mushrooms, I moved towns, and the place that I lived had a tree fort in the backyard, and I spent so much time when I wasn't working in this tree fort. I was journaling, I was learning how to play music, I was drawing, I was singing and praying, and I was in such peace being outside, there was the Wi-Fi didn't connect out there. I didn't have a phone that worked, so I didn't have text, I didn't have data, so I just barely had enough to have my music connect up to this point. So it wasn't like I was on Instagram or doing stuff like that. I just felt purely enthralled in creation and working with the trees, also cedar, which is a sacred plant up there with tobacco as well, when it comes to burning and that kind of stuff. But I thought, one day I really want to have a tree fort sanctuary in the woods. I really want a place where people can get off their phones and come for a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, whatever they need, and have a safe place to just be, to just exist and feel human, take their shoes off and connect to nature. I wanted to help heal people through massage, but I was 19, 20 years old. I'm like, who am I to be this person? I'm not ready for this role. And I went on my whole journey up until this point. I'm 26 now, so it's been 5-6 years, and my math is definitely off there, but let's just say 6 years of evolving and going through my own emotional journey, my own spiritual journey, and my physical journey. And I'm at this point now where it's like I'm craving something and I don't know what it is. So sitting in prayer and meditation and spending some time really thinking about what I want to do and what is my impact in the world. And the world has impacted me in so many ways, and the world has led me to this point today. So I've already said thank you for watching this video, but thank you again if you made it this far in this video, and I appreciate you, and just hope you have a wonderful day. Not to tell you what to do, but I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.